Since I've been doing plant medicine, I have to say that I don't have a lot of specific traumatic problems to get over because my belief system has changed so drastically. So often I have to come up with a specific intent for the medicine. This is a spiritual path for me, and I'm a truth seeker, and so I'm trying to get to the bottom of why we are here. I'm sure I will need them to get through specific traumas as life progresses, but at this very moment I am hoping for some more general answers to my questions about the workings of the universe. So in this personal ceremony, my intention was to learn whether we are living in a simulation. I mean, Elon Musk says there's a high percentage that we are living in a simulation. There are many scientists that suggest we are. And when I look at the theories at what it would take to run a simulation in terms of resources and the concept that humans as we know them will be replaced by artificial intelligence, I don't particularly find much spiritual about that. The idea that we are reduced to a video game, but it just keeps getting better and better, is not rewarding to me. So as I began my prayer before ascending into the experience on this occasion, I simply asked the mushrooms to tell me if we are living in a simulation and to show me what that looked like. Unfortunately, I got my request, as I think the mushrooms always honor. This was not only a simple yes, but when I was in the trance state of the trip, I observed grid lines and a lot of mathematical code around everything that appeared before my eyes. Even human beings had a mathematical code, traveling behind them as they move. I am the most unscientific person currently on Earth, and so I had no idea what this meant. I found it very disturbing, and it made me feel like my life was meaningless, and that every person whom I loved, which boils down to every person, was also meaningless. I literally asked the mushrooms to take it back, that I wanted to unsee what I had seen. I was scheduled to do ayahuasca 2 weeks later, and I asked, can you please clarify this for me when I do the ayahuasca, and let me know how this is spiritual in any way? Well, my description that I just gave you was very limited because the mushrooms honored my request. They reduced what I have seen to the vague description I just gave you. I don't remember what exactly I saw, but it was disturbing. It was nothing like demons or anything like that. It was just so lacking in meaning. There was no purpose for anything. I might as well have opened up a motherboard on a computer. I went to bed sad. I looked at my partner and I was sad. I saw messages from my family and I was sad. All of this was just some sort of a game? Worse, it was a game with no purpose? As I began to digest this concept, I began to change my perspective. If this is a simulation, it seems to be treating me really well. I mean, it's not Grand Theft Auto where I'm being run over on the street, although I suppose that could happen. I get to have free will, or at least I think I do, and I engage in a lot of activities that I enjoy. So why should I care about who or what is controlling it? As a Christian, I kind of hoped that it was God all this time, and ultimately I decided that no matter what, it's wonderful. We get to keep on growing in this simulation, and I think it's also pretty clear that one energy that makes the simulation run best is love. These aren't that hard to deal with, so over a couple weeks, I actually began to embrace the simulation idea, and it's actually quite extraordinary. In the simulation, we are allowed to create our own reality. It seems we make the rules in our simulation, or at least many of them, and so I called people that I hadn't talked to, and I pretended that we had never had a falling out, and so did they. It seems like whatever I wanted to do in the simulation, I could. The other thing about being in a simulation is it would appear that money and material possessions are fake. While I haven't stretched this idea to the point of becoming a millionaire or anything like that, I realized I always seem to have money I need for what I truly want, and have not only material possessions, but a great deal of human love coming my way. So ultimately, if we're in a simulation, this is a simulation I can deal with. The ayahuasca experience was canceled, so I never got any further answer, but that's coming up again. Until then, I'll just continue testing the simulation.